stuff. Y'all had protected the winery from certain doom and disaster from druids and lights.
Murdered 32 gypsies.
Yes. Y'all. After that, y'all brought some wine back to the city of Vallaki for the inn, as well as for the Vestini, in a ruse to gain their trust, get them drunk, and kill everyone that was loyal to Strahd. Y'all. Zarin decided to disguise himself as Strahd, came into the camp that was full of drunk Vestini, and called all that were loyal to him to come out, to come forth. And when they did, he accused them of betraying him and pretty much sentenced them to death and told them to kill everybody. And then he left. Oh, no, he stayed there. No, that's right, he stayed there, fighting as everyone died. So y'all took out Vestini, protect those who are running and not fighting, and y'all tried to just kill those who were targeting y'all. That went very well. Afterwards, y'all searched every wagon and every body and compiled a large pile of loot that the Vestini had, including a bag of holding, and proceeded to stuff all the loot y'all found into and leave. Zarin did convince the young Vestini boy who fought with y'all to take the rest that were not loyal to Strahd and flee Barovia. And they grabbed what they thought they needed and they left.
Alexei.
Yes, Alexei. Afterwards, y'all went back to the inn to take a long rest as it was pretty late at night. And that is where we left off. So we are starting today in the morning. Wake up all relatively refreshed. Some feeling even stronger than they did the previous day.
Juiced up.
It's true stuff. Leveling up to level 5 is great. And so
Juiced up.
it's juiced up. Yeah. Oh, I should give one. Here's
This morning.
ice cream.
And we have a whole bunch of horses now too?
Yeah, apparently. Y'all didn't keep a whole lot of them. Y'all kept about half of the draft horses. They took 4 wagons, was it? So they had 2, so 8.
7 draft horses and 1 riding horse.
16 horses.
They took 16 of the, most of the draft horses.
All of
and
the riding horses except one.
Yeah, yes, it kept. We took 1 riding horse and 7 draft horses.
That's right.
Yeah. I don't know what y'all plan to do.
Nothing to every day.
Well, we've got to keep Peter fed. So.
You know how valuable the horses are here?
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
There aren't any.
Well, that
People
really
will pay top dollar for these.
Most of the horses that y'all have come in contact with were owned by the burgomaster. He had his horses that he used, would not sell. And that was about it. I haven't really run into a whole lot of other horses. So,
No, these are top dollar animals.
it's a good thing to have.
Whatever.
So that's where you are. Are y'all planning on doing
I think
anything?
the first little bit we're going to do is go through the loop. First 30 minutes a day or whatever. Just kind of
So wake
comb
up.
through it.
Y'all decide to search the
Bring it back
massive
to the
amount
room.
of loot.
Yeah.
They're gonna I guess y'all take in everything in the wagon up to the room.
It's on the bag of holding, which I've got.
Most of it was, yes.
Most of it is.
I don't know if all of it could fit.
There was a few items that we didn't consider.
Gold hubcaps, if we leave.
Yep, the gold hubcaps were out.
Um,
There was something else.
yeah. Oh, and I did take the hammock out of that one wagon too.
Yeah, you took a hammock out of one wagon.
I know the throne went in.
Yeah. Yeah, we got a throne.
There's a throne in there.
Yeah, that y'all found the throne.
In that bag of holding?
And y'all found the throne not in the bag of holding. It was actually in the.
I don't know that that would.
You want to take it with you when you go watch?
The throne was in the in one of the wagons, and y'all used that. Y'all threw that in the back of y'all's wagon. It's not in the bag of holding.
Oh, there we go.
But that's right. Throne's fine.
Do not leave.
Maybe we give that to the priest. Let him put it in the church.
Okay.
Oh, that'd be funny.
Sell it to the burgomaster.
We start
The
the
hubcaps
Catholic religion of
and
this
some horses.
realm.
We fix him up a really fancy wagon and sell it to him with horses. Anywho, so we go through the loop,
Okay. So yeah.
and she casts detect magic to see if anything pings.
The only thing that was magical if I remember.
I mean, obviously the potions, we know that.
It's in the bag of weapons.
Okay, so there wasn't anything
None of
else.
the other items are magical.
All basic, okay.
The hubcaps, are they solid gold or are they gold coated? Oh, solid gold, okay.
Yeah, sell those, get you some iron or steel. You don't want to keep those.
I thought they were coated.
No, they are,
Like coated.
so go back to it, we're here,
They were 24s.
the wagons, so the wagons hubcaps are solid gold. They have, they're decorative into a, like a golden sun. Like, so each spoke looks like the rays of the sun. Each one is worth 125 gold.
You know what we should do with those? We should sell them or trade them for silver so that we can add more silver to the grinder.
So I'm gonna buy
A few
some.
ingots of silver.
So you'll spend the first
Just kinda go
bit of
through that.
time going through it. You'll do have a lot of old leather armor and some. I don't know if you'll kept all the armor. It's not worth a whole lot. I think Peter kept some of the scraps of leather just so he could do some leather work with them.
Sure.
Yeah, I've got a spare set of studded leather for some reason in my equipment, so
Okay.
I can get rid of
I
that.
mean, if y'all want to sell it,
The studded leather, I think, was what you started with, and then you
I
got
started in chain.
started in chain.
he's currently wearing plate.
Yeah, so yeah. So y'all could try to find someone to sell this stuff to.
I feel like Burgomaster's probably our best bet.
You might also be able to. I mean, there's the stockyard.
Stockyard might give us something.
I'm gonna win more than that.
You might see if you can just check some of the other random shops that aren't really for that.
The inn may even buy like some of the weapons, just to have some on hand.
Yeah.
To have some equipment.
That's what I'm taking away from.
I'm
So,
gonna
yeah, we currently have
the coin for my inventory.
33 scimitars, 32
I don't know that cool.
armor, 32 light
Is it actual
crossbows,
nine?
and
I don't think so.
256
I don't know, I think it was a
bolts.
homebrew thing.
All of these, all of those 32 ones,
I just stuck on there.
armor, all of that is going to be pretty worn.
Yeah.
You might be able to get 20% of what it's actual worth.
I
But that's-
figured
that would
we'd
be
look
with-
at it to the end.
If you're trying to sell it, that would be a pretty good persuasion check to even get 20.
That actually might be a good thing to barter with, just give it to the inn, the Ravens, the
Yeah.
rifle,
Equip them.
and let them give us that amount in
Nights of stay.
stay, food.
Sure.
Yeah, that seems reasonable.
What was it we're gonna do?
Hey,
Make sure everybody has a crossbow.
And that studded
That's,
armor,
my two-headed coin that I won
Yes.
or found.
Yeah. What
I
about
just sold it to her.
Okay.
I bought one for 5 gold.
That's y'all's decision. That's fine.
I do want to make sure everybody has a crossbow that doesn't have ranged attacks. Because
I
there's,
do not have crossbow or ranged attacks.
so make sure you take one of the crossbows.
Okay.
And
So you
are
have
you
it.
proficient with light crossbow?
Martial weapons.
I think he's a fighter. He's
That's right.
proficient with everything.
Simple
I
martial.
keep thinking you're a barbarian, but you're a fighter, not a barbarian.
crossbows are pretty small, aren't they?
I thought it was it light or heavy?
They're all light crossbows.
Oh, flame.
They're still not bad though.
Yeah, the only heavy crossbow y'all didn't keep. And that was before you got in. This was the one that Quilly had found.
I mean, I have javelins.
It's not
That's true. We do.
But it's not bad to just keep it
I
on
have
hand.
80 javelin. a couple
Keep it in
handguns.
case you need it.
I've got it. I'll put it on there.
Yeah. Make sure H. Peter has one too.
I'll cast
We
mending
just got a
on.
hand crossbow. We made him all fancy. Not that much.
Well, this has a longer range.
With possible time frame that I can, I'll cast
So
mending.
if he fights up a little farther,
Each of these items that
give me an option to pop something farther.
heal.
Because I don't think I can carry it.
Okay.
I'm not gonna take it, so I have other options. I have other magic for range, but
Roll a chance die.
Woohoo, I do like these.
what is he doing?
I'm casting mending on every one of
He's
those.
just how much if you can do any kind of
68. 2/3.
68. So 2/3 of the weapons that you have, you were able to bump up to 25%.
A little better.
Not bad.
So
Zarin, I found a crossbow bolt with a vial of some liquid attached to it. Can you take a look at it
I
and see
absolutely
if
would.
you can?
I'll look too, see if I can figure out what it is.
Yeah, Mortimer, I would appreciate that.
Yeah, do your
See if you guys can figure out what is special.
Can I system?
no, because each of them are rolling.
9.
It's just each of them.
Is it, what are you, perception?
Intelligence.
Intelligence.
21.
21. It looks to be a simple vial of poison. It is rigged so that when the bolt hits, the vial shatters and adds poison damage. So it would be one vial of poison, which I think
Seems like
is
a really
A
efficient
D6.
way to.
1d6, 2d6?
1d6
of poison damage.
Yeah.
I don't think it's.
I relay the information.
Thank you.
And so it's not like a big vial. It's like, so the crossbow bolt,
It still poisons people.
it has a
A lot of things are getting into poison though.
very thin tube of glass on the end.
See if I can try to make one here.
Yeah, study it.
Use it as a schematic.
Roll it would be an intelligence check to see if you can figure it out, but you add your tinkering, so it would be your proficiency.
I'll give him guidance before he starts.
It's a cantrip, correct?
Yeah,
What does that give me?
get an additional D4.
You don't need it.
You want me to roll it or you want to roll it?
Don't matter.
Add 2.
Okay. So that's gonna be a solid 10.
Solid 10. You're not really sure how they got it to
No, wait.
onto the.
Hang on, let me check something. Sorry. Is this
I'm missing something.
a,
I'm missing. That's what I'm missing.
Or what were you saying about how it'll add the poison and what damage it'll do?
It'll add 1d6 poison damage. It's a one-time use though.
Probably a hit or miss.
Yeah. So it doesn't matter if you hit them or not. You hit it, it shatters, and if there's anything to take poison damage, it takes poison damage. If not, it doesn't.
Do they like take lingering poison damage or is it?
No, they do not gain the poison effect. It is just a poison damage.
Okay. It's poison damage,
Is this-
but not poisoned.
Yes.
Correct.
is this a, it's not a history check on this thing, is it?
No. Nope. Straight intelligence.
Supposed to, yeah, so.
Yeah, plus your proficiency.
Yeah. Looking at it, you're not quite sure how they made the vial stay where it's at, or how it's really confusing. You're not really sure how that works. Sorry.
So
I am messing these
one
up.
drivers. Unplug.
Anyway.
Have you tried turning it off?
All right, well, I'm going to go off and do my thing. I'll let them know. My plan for today is I'm going to go to the alchemist, make something with her if she's okay with it. Then I'm going to go check on our people at the church. And then I'm going to go keep an eye out at the, where we defeated all of the, that's funny.
So that fancy metal.
All right, so you know what I'm doing,
Yeah, I know what you're doing.
and you know what he's doing.
Okay.
And I think they're just all helping Bill's pistol today.
So you
Okay.
go, you work with Aina at the apothecary. You work with her. You make your potion. You go do what you said you're doing, and then after lunch you head on down.
Yeah, well, I go to the church, talk to them, update them, check on them, and then I go get a raven, and then I head out.
What is well, just roll a perception for me while you're walking around town.
Okay.
See what you see.
Ooh. That was a good roll.
Is that why you're? when you're going to the-
22.
There with him too.
22.
Yeah, I rolled a 19.
As you're just walking around town, just like going to talk to the raven, go into the church, go to the town. You see decorations have been going up that are different from when y'all left.
Okay.
So there's
Another set.
another festival coming up. You see little small posters on sides of the building. Wrong page. That say, "Come one, come all to the greatest celebration of the year." It then says under that, it says, "The Grapes of Life Jamboree." That's the name of this new celebration.
Okay.
Attendants and children required. Come, drink, and be merry. All will be well.
Attendance of children or attendance?
Attendants and children. So you have to come and you have to bring your kids.
What do you don't have any?
If you don't have kids, then you don't have to bring them.
Everyone's required to come.
Basically saying everyone's required.
Okay.
Yeah, so you see that? The decorations are going up is mostly purple, very much grape wine themed. Garlands, fake grapevines going up all over the place.
Cool.
Who knows that?
Are there any real ones?
Real grapevines?
Yeah.
They're all fake, like very much decorative.
Like none. There's like, it's all right. I was gonna be druid crafting as I walked through and let them blossom as I'm walking. But
all
no.
the decorations are fake.
Big grapes just sprouting next to you.
I think I said this last time, but my owl is already at the sneak.
Yes.
Watching.
Okay, you told us.
Creeping.
Let's see. I said 21, right?
Yes. Yeah, that was no, 22, but yeah. I don't know if that matters that much.
Not that much.
Yeah, I'd like to head to the, what's the one that's not?
As you're walking,
Near the black-
you see kind of out of the corner of your eye, like kind of a shadow of someone move kind of behind a building, kind of as if they're trying to be stealthy, sneaky, and they kind of go, they're kind of big, a little bit bigger than most of the common people. You don't really see who they are. You just kind of see a bulky kind of person in a cloak, looking like they're trying to sneak around town. But kind of catches your eye. That's next round.
Demon arms floating around. Okay.
Is it Ernest? Is it Ernest again?
Ernest is small and not big. He's very scruffy and greasy.
Okay.
This was not Ernest.
Okay.
All right. Well, one of the times I'm going back, if I see any of them, I just let them know, hey, I think demon arm guys floating around town. Just keep your eye open.
I don't know who that is.
They'll fill you in.
Okay.
It's a guy that we.
I also don't know who that is.
Yeah, it's a guy we was the right hand man to the burgomaster here.
What's his name? Paul?
I don't remember his name, but we were able to make him fight.
I remember that his name is.
And they were fighting. Now they're kind of
27.
27. His name is Isaac.
Isaac.
I was thinking.
On the tip of my tongue.
Yeah, but he has an arm that was replaced by a demon arm. He's hard to miss. Not hard to miss.
Brother of the girl you're escorting?
We think
I
that
think that he is the long lost separated brother of a
a
girl.
girl that Strahd is trying to kidnap, that we escorted to
Her
the
name
Ishmark?
is Irina.
Ishmael is her adopted brother.
adopted brother.
So there's Isaac and Ishmark and Irina?
Yeah.
Correct.
Ishmark was the son of the burgomaster in the village of Barovia. He did not know until recently, when y'all found out, that his sister was adopted. His father found her in the woods as a young child. She does not remember who she is, and so he just took her into his family to take care of.
She does not have a demon.
She does not have a name. Y'all assume, just based on the stories that y'all heard of Isaac's past and the stories y'all heard of Irina, that they are brother and sister, though neither one of them know anything about having a brother or sister. But the reason why Isaac left and is no longer part of the burgomaster's group is because y'all cleverly disguised Zarin as the burgomaster to convince Isaac not to fight y'all, and then y'all took him prisoner after he kidnapped Irina.
He wasn't prisoner. He chose to come with us.
Yeah, after taking.
I mean, he was disarmed, but.
Yeah.
Not quite disarmed.
Anyway,
Two.
so yeah,
Okay.
so that's what you see.
Yeah.
So you.
I relay the information to them if I see them.
Okay.
At launch, and then
so
I head out.
you head out. Okay.
Go
I wanted to head to the blacksmith to sell a few things.
Okay.
And then I'll take my cut of the 17 gold.
Okay.
Because I think that's what we said.
We're not gonna talk.
Yeah, do you want to ask the inn if they'll let
And
us,
see if they'll.
just to simplify life? Can we trade all this to you just for the gold, gold value?
Yeah.
I'll cast guidance on him as he's doing it.
We'll say that they'll do
No,
that first. After.
Am I persuading, right?
Yeah, that's what you're trying to do.
Not natural 20?
Plus 2.
Plus 22.
22.
22. He looks at what you have. So how much are you trying to Just the stuff that y'all just got?
Just the
or
coin,
everybody?
like just the coin value. We're trying to make it all
the
into gold.
coin value of what y'all just found, the treasure y'all just found, or just in general, your.
That we just found.
Okay. just-
Not,
He
yeah.
has enough gold to completely turn all of what y'all just found into gold.
Okay.
As much as possible. He does not have any platinum.
No platinum pieces?
That's right.
So you can't-
So we all have 17 gold. And there's one extra. I'll keep that if no one cares.
Well, you did have.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
Did we,
650 gold. An onyx jewelry box containing fine filigree, or that has fine filigree on it, containing 6 pieces of chicken worth 50 gold each, and a potion of poison in a unlabeled crystal vial.
Wish we had that.
You said 1,200 electrum?
Yeah, 1,200 electrum, 650 gold.
Yeah, we didn't have that broken down.
Yeah, y'all didn't have that written down. Dang, guys, what y'all did.
And then,
I think they hadn't gotten into the chests yet.
Yeah, we just put it on that back and hold
That's
that.
right,
We haven't gone
that's-
through anything. That's what I say when we go through it before we.
Right.
Okay, so,
electrum's 50?
yeah.
Let me make sure he has enough to do that.
1,250 gold there.
Oh, that was
150 gold divided by 7 people? That doesn't,
I think it's 1,000 for me and.
No, I think that's 1,000.
Yeah. So he only has enough to that 1,200 electrum, he only has enough gold to get half of that to gold.
That's fine.
So you'll still have 600 electrum.
So there's 950 gold.
Yeah, so that'll make
50
still doesn't split evenly between 7.
no, 650 plus, yeah, 900, or what's the other? So yeah, 900 gold. There's also a wooden throne with gold inlay and decorative stones. A rolled up 10-foot square rug. A small wooden box containing 12 bottles of clear liquid. No, sorry, this isn't a clear liquid. They're not boxes, they're gourds with stoppers on them. The box itself, though, does have a label. It says free passage out.
Oh. These are good, Joe.
Whoa! Crappy part is, if we bail now.
My character would not leave.
I don't think we should bail right now, but.
I would.
Where's the
How many stoppers, how many?
We still work.
Do you think we should find some?
Billy just needs to answer getting paid.
You're talking to each other so that people are actually trying to listen to what I'm saying in here. So there are 12 gourds. It's a box, has 12 gourds in it. It's filled with liquid. You don't know what it looks like because it is a gourd. You can't really see inside. So, just 12.
We could feed one to
I
an
think-
animal of some sort.
I think we
See
should.
what happens.
Either a captive or an animal or something, see.
Can I ask one of the ravens if they
Maybe
want to
the
see
dude
if
who
one
we're
of them wants to
waiting
get out?
for at the camp.
Oh,
One of the people at the end.
I would say we could ask for Octavio.
You don't know where
Well, the next person we stumble upon,
Well, what about his sister? That the Strahd's been after.
Arena?
Well, she's from here though. I mean.
yeah, she's from.
I don't know where it would take us.
She's got a vampire after her.
It's true.
That's true. We could offer her and see if she just wants
Her and her
to.
brother.
Yeah, and her brother wants to just get out.
But then what about
That would
us?
be hilarious if she's just like. Then again, he could bring her back.
Yeah, it's possible.
He brought us here.
Yeah.
So,
Something to keep in mind.
if we need it in a pinch, we can chug this.
Can I open it and see if I can kind of figure out what it's made of?
Do
And-
an alchemist check on it.
Okay, I'm gonna cast guidance on myself.
Don't
Oh, no.
touch.
Natural 20.
Natural. So you open it up and you look, you smell it, and you kind of pull a little bit out and look at it. This liquid, it is kind of a light brownish color. Has some weird kind of goldish flakes in it. Looking at it, you're pretty sure this is just water mixed with different types of plant leaves, kind of like a tea, mixed with flakes of gold, just to make it look like it's actually what it's supposed to be. These are fake. They do not do anything.
All of them?
Well, the one we looked at, but you can look.
This is just dirty water with leaves in it.
Leaf juice. Warm leaf.
This is,
Is that all leaves?
I don't think this is gonna do anything.
You might filter out the gold. I don't know.
You want to. You can still give it to somebody, see if something happens, but I think these are fraud. I'm
So.
really confident these are fraud.
Very confident. And you look at the other ones and they're all the same.
All the same.
And so you're pretty sure,
Now, they may have believed they were real, and they drank them and got away, but it may have just been a control thing. It may not have been, they may have been given a false sense of security, basically.
You guys give me that Electrum and I'll carry the Electrum and we'll split out the rest of the gold. I'll turn it into gold and I'll hold the Electrum.
Okay.
The remaining
9
pieces of Electrum.
How much does everybody get?
178, but there's some remainder.
Okay, so everybody gets 178 gold.
On top of the 617. Correct.
So the remainder
Yeah.
equals the party.
There's
a whole bunch of stuff to sell.
4 gold remainder that you can have.
So how much?
178 gold. And there's 4 remainder. Okay, 182. Okay. Yes.
So,
More tools.
I don't know what happened.
So yeah, you're pretty confident even with that check, knowing what it is, as well as knowing who they were, having talked with them multiple times. You actually think that it was more of a scam that they would sell these to people who wanted to try to get out, knowing that they didn't work, but the people didn't. And so this was just a con for them.
It was a con they were running. So, yeah, with a natural 20, which turns into 25, so. Plus 2 for guidance, 27.
27 plus your passive insight.
Yeah, these are
And
just
the different stuff that you've
Snake oil.
already learned. Yeah. They've just been.
snake oil with leaves. More. Bummer. Well, glad we didn't
Are you
rely
trying
on
to
that.
filter out the gold?
I'm not. If one of them wants to, they can. We'll just put it aside for now. Who knows? Maybe we need
I'm gonna
to
grab one
sell
and
snake
carry
oil
it
to
with
somebody.
Okay.
We might.
just have one.
Yeah. We get a.
We'll put it in the bag of holding.
Tonight or?
Just-
Use mine as a hand.
Okay.
You're encumbered with coins?
Essentially, yeah. I got a lot of coins. Well, we took a lot of the bag of holding though, right?
Yeah.
So I can put a lot of, I don't know how that works and
Okay, so bag of holding, it is a pocket dimension.
I know how that works. I don't know how, like in D&D Beyond, how to put stuff in the bag of holding so it's not counting as my weight.
Gotcha.
Because I can put a lot of the stuff in the bag of holding.
I'll put it in notes and just make it.
Or you can like click on the item and like change it, edit it into.
Change the
Every
weight.
single time I gotta take something in and out of the bag though. It's cool.
Yeah, every time you have to take out. So there's different ways to get stuff out of a bag of holding. You either have to know exactly what you're looking for to pull it out. It automatically comes to the top. Though there are some that describe it as being a pocket dimension. You open it up, it looks like it's empty, and the only way to find anything, like you have to know that it's in there, or you can turn it inside out and everything will come out. But if you fill the bag more than what it can hold, everything will explode out of the bag. It doesn't destroy the bag, it just everything.
Yeah.
It's the same as turning it inside out. It all
Yeah.
dumps.
It pukes.
It does. And so
Well, I'll take
that's how I'm running.
one of the smaller chests, I guess, that had the Electrum or something in it, and I'll put a chunk of the gold in there, put in there so it's not counting against our weight.
Do you have any other smaller coins that we can trade in?
Me?
Or is it just gold that you've got?
I've got 200 Electrum.
All right, let me swap that out.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's-
Anyways, so we're gonna continue. Y'all can figure all that if y'all are just swapping
Yeah,
with
you can
each
do
other
that later.
later if y'all need to. So don't worry about it too much.
I make the stick.
Yeah, you make a stick, you go out there, a little bit after
20.
noon.
Probably about 1 or
Okay,
2.
so are y'all trying to work on, yes, this is Pistola?
As soon as I get done selling the stuff.
Okay, so you're gonna go sell stuff first? Okay, you are going to the,
Gonna stop at the blacksmith and then I'm gonna run by probably the apothecary and see if I can sell
If you want to, you can stop by the inn
the
first.
wine. Or no, I'll sell the wine at the end.
what one?
The cask that I.
that's right. Because you sold it to him and then he took it back.
Yeah, took it on his body.
Double dip.
So, first thing in the morning, you want to sell them?
Yeah, sell the cask. It's worth,
They know exactly how much it's worth because it did come from their company.
Yeah.
So, they know that you bought it for $750, basically. They'll buy it back for $750.
yeah, fine. At this point, it's a weight thing.
Yeah.
$7 or 7 gold and
5 silver
5 silver.
or 1 electrum.
They've got lots of Electrum right now. They'll probably give you an Electrum. It might be all an Electrum.
No.
They still have some for business practices. Gotcha.
Okay, and from there, like I said, I'll head over to
Apothecary is right across the street, so you probably want to go to that first.
apothecary. Well, I don't need the apothecary. That was I was gonna think about selling the wine to her, but I changed my mind.
Yeah,
So just gonna pop over to the blacksmith real quick and sell him studded leather, chainmail, and a great axe.
Okay. Where did you get the great axe? Is that the
He
one?
started with it.
Oh, you started with that one?
I started with a great sword. I don't know where the great axe actually came from.
Where is the great axe y'all took from Isaac? Is that where the great axe?
No, he still has it.
No, y'all took it from Isaac.
Oh, did we?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a magical.
Oh, Ishmark has it.
No, Ismark has the great axe still.
Ishmark has that one. Okay. I was making sure, see if it was the same one or not.
No.
Just wanna Make sure that we got sell two of them.
No.
Okay, yeah, that's right. So
Yeah, that's magical. We wouldn't sell that one.
Okay, so
Ishmark has that one.
suit of chainmail and a great axe and a light or studded leather.
Okay. Yeah.
I think the studded
Do
leather
a
was
persuasion check.
So you can take some
I think-
swords
I think
and
the studded-
crossbows too.
studded leather I took off of a body.
Yeah, so the
Probably
studded
damaged.
leather is only gonna be at most 20% of what it's worth.
Mhm.
The others, you might be able to get 50%, but I'll need you a persuasion check for those.
Okay, sorry, I gotta figure out a calculator.
Didn't one of us find a whole ton of arrows too?
Huh?
We found like,
You all have a ton of
Crossbow. You might want to save those though.
yeah, no, I'm just making sure we have one.
Well, and I was gonna say, take the crossbows if you want. Take the crossbows. Take the swords. Like just take the horse and wagon and say, okay, what do you buy? What do you give me for it?
Are y'all are y'all giving the weapons to the?
No, it's all doing that.
2 platinum pieces instead of 20 gold.
I can do that.
Do that so that you're carrying it
I
platinum.
did not do a persuasion.
What did you roll?
Can we remove? That helps.
3.
Because my weight's kind of rough too.
Okay. He will do the chainmail and the greatsword because those were yours, right?
Mhm.
So you kept them pretty good, and he will do those for 40% of what their value is. Instead of 50. But he will do anything else that was off of like that you've gotten from anyone else, like the studded leather, and then was there another weapon, the great axe?
Oh, the great axe was with the chainmail. It was mine.
Oh, it was yours too. Okay. So yeah, anything that was yours to begin with, we had 40%. The studded leather, only 10%.
What was the glass bottle brownish shiny liquid?
I'm not sure.
He is not sure.
Look at.
He did.
I looked. I'm not sure.
He's not sure.
I rode a one.
Check it out.
You can sure check it out.
For investigation or
Intelligence check.
Intelligence.
straight in?
It'll be
Yeah.
intelligence. Arcana's intelligence, is it not?
Yeah.
Do an Arcana check.
18.
18. So you're looking at this. You are pretty sure, not 100% sure, that it is a vial of hill giant strength.
Hill giant strength.
You think?
There was another one too.
Yeah.
Clear liquid. Isn't that what you said? Or
That was-
shiny, silvery?
So the brown one
That
is
one
a
was
brown.
resistant to thunder.
There's a resistance to thunder. Those just kind of clear, but they're
I
shiny.
have the potion of thunder.
Yeah, and then the brownish one was the hill giant strength.
I thought you said there was a third one, but that's fine.
Just a two. I think the other one that you're thinking of was the vial that was on the arrow.
Maybe so.
It was that one.
Maybe so.
Okay.
So
So
I sold 58.5.
awesome.
Gold
And-
worth.
58.5, so it'll be 58 gold. And
Yeah,
And electrum.
58 gold and electrum, counting the line. Added that in, and then I head back to work on the pistol.
All right. Are y'all giving all the weapons that y'all got from the Vestini to the?
Keep 2 for a rainy day, if y'all don't mind. Just put aside 2 sabers and put aside 2 crossbows for a rainy day. One of ours breaks, if something happens, just throw them in the bag of holding.
I took one of those crossbows already, so in
Yeah.
addition to that.
So there was 32 of each. So take 3 off of the crossbows.
No, 4, because I think we were gonna have H. Peter take one too,
Oh,
just
yeah,
as
the
a
hand
backup. Well, as a backup,
I'll go back up.
yeah. Because the hand crossbow won't shoot as far as the,
Right.
so give him some range.
Yeah, there. All right.
Old dude, Wizard man.
Just so, and you have a longbow, don't you? So you don't need it.
Yeah, I don't need a crossbow.
Yeah, just to put some aside, just so that if one of us breaks one, because that doesn't happen.
So the rest of the stuff, are you gonna try to give to
You said 2 centaurs and 2 crossbows, right?
the innkeeper?
I took one of the scimitars.
Let's go
That
with,
way keeping.
Yes, and 2 in there, just to be on the safe side. Pick out the best 3 and
yeah, so 30 scimitars to them, 30 leather armor to them, because Peter kept some for scrap. And 30 light crossbows, and we're keeping 2. Is that
You are keeping.
we're keeping 4
light
4 light crossbows, so
Yeah.
28 light crossbows. Back to them.
if they're
Okay.
willing.
Okay, so what are you just trying
That
to
would
give them
be-
to him, or
How many
what?
bolts do we have?
I'll tell them, I'll make the offer to trade weapons and armor for Knights of Staying.
How many bolts do we have? I'll put.
I don't know.
For the 7 of us,
Let me see if it's in the chat.
for the
Horses.
staying in the
A lot of
horses.
horses.
Yep, and we have the 8 horses to barter for. Knights.
We might try to sell some of the horses to the burgomaster or maybe to a farmer around here. The winery might even buy some of the horses.
Well, I mean, they're with the Ravens, so it's the same.
That's
people.
true, that's true, that's true.
If we could sell them a horse for a ton of nights of worth of staying, that would be like a week. That'd be a Barovian week.
We might just get like a permanent stay here, just keep a room in our name.
That thing put on.
Make a persuasion check.
It's sitting sideways.
Did we do this before I left? Can I give him guidance before?
This is at the beginning.
Okay,
That's right.
add 4 to it.
Add 4. 16, that is.
16. He says, because he's already talked to you about who the Ravens are.
Yeah.
He says, this will be good. We can use this to help arm our forces so that if there is any issues, those among our number will have some kind of protection better than what they already have.
I think the riding horse was for yeses.
Yeah.
Riding horses for yeses.
So we're not selling.
Yeah, we're only gonna keep
I
2
think we're
of
gonna
the
keep the draft, 1 or 2 draft horses.
We already have 1 ice cream,
of ice cream, and then you
So I
already
think we're
have
gonna keep 1 extra.
1 more, 2 to pull the wagon.
So
instead
you'll
of
have 5 that you might want to sell.
Sell 5 horses, it's a free time.
There's a free ton of money here.
Quick question, how many bolts do we have? Crossbow bolts?
256.
Okay, that was,
How many should I put in the, should I put them on?
put them all. Let's hang on.
for now.
Can I actually get like 10 or 20 of those?
A case carries 20, so just give them a case.
I'll give you 20. I've got 20.
We might give each Peter 20.
I'll give each Peter 20, so that's, I already had, well,
Do we need to be adding this to his
that's
stuff?
60, so.
Somebody does.
Ben,
Just write
you wanna
down.
96?
hand me that? No. Start pinging all this on his stuff.
I'm gonna call it 200, because I still had some left, so I'll say there's.
And yes, this doesn't need a crossbow?
No.
I mean, I know you use bullets, but
Does the guy who has the guns need a crossbow?
Hey, guns break.
Yeah, as we found out last session. All right. Keep it in Wednesday. Just right.
adding all his equipment.
All right.
Oh my gosh. And refresh. John, is internet?
Y'all Google Drive? Should make a list of the.
Ben, I think it,
I think it lost
Google
one.
Drive, so we can keep track of all the stuff and everyone can see.
Oh, yeah, y'all double check and make sure your iPads are still on the Wi-Fi. Mia's lost it too.
Anyways. All right.
yeah, I'm still good.
So you got that. So
Take care of his stuff.
he does not have any use for the horses. Because the only time he needs the horses would be to go get wine. And he just sends
I have also
somebody
lost
to go there and then they bring it back. So he doesn't use a horse to get there.
Join the wagon's iPad. Password, Punchwood.
So the innkeeper has no use for the horses.
The winery might,
Well, the winery already has 2 horses, so.
you don't think they would need more?
And he says,
They did tell us initially there was a farmer outside of town that might have, they said he may have horses, but didn't, I don't know if we asked him or not, but we may have use for horses.
Even the, what's the name of the place? The stockade might need it. They don't have any. Stockyard doesn't have any.
Yeah.
and they do like to sell things. It is kind of like a big giant warehouse of items.
Just offer to sell them to them for double whatever they're worth.
Right? I'm not there. It won't be me.
I'll be the one doing
Since that's what they like time to us.
it. Jared done?
7.
7?
I don't even know what time it is. 6
5:34.
5:30. Equipment.
Okay, so you've already done your stuff. The only thing left for y'all to do is to sell the horses, and then if you wanted to start crafting, Matic, you went and sold the your personal items. Right, and you came back going. Are you going back to the inn to work on the carving?
That's where the yeses is, and everybody else who's working on his pistol.
Okay.
I'm just rejoining the group wherever we are.
So I'll decide where he's gonna work on his pistol.
Maybe it's the blacksmith, I don't know.
That makes sense.
That's up to the people who are actually doing most of the work, like Zarin and Quillia and Relman. Where are we working on this pistol?
Where are we working? We're gonna go to that blacksmith shop.
Okay.
And it's a crossbow light, correct?
It's a light crossbow, yes.
Okay.
Did we add the 185 gold to Peter and Yeses?
Oh, no. We didn't add another 178 or the original 17.
Yeah. So 190.
17, and what was the other one?
195 total.
Okay, so he's good. He's all up to date. I added the bolts, I added the crossbow.
Should Peter?
Mm.
Okay. We need to add it to Yeses too.
Yeah, I don't have access. Well, I guess I do have access, don't I?
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, wait, oh, I do. Oh, no, I just clicked the wrong button. Go back.
Shame on you.
Okay, so you're out there looking at a book and watching a campground. You are wherever, yes, it says.
We're going to the blacksmith, according to Zarin and Quillia.
Okay. So the
What's
blacksmith
his name?
working on
Work on the fence. More tools.
Quillia seemed to agree.
that. Peter, he's going to, once he gets so yes, it's when y'all are going through all the stuff in the wagon, he spent that hour just looking at his pistols and creating a draft or a plan for it. He rolled very well. And so he has a nice draft for it. And so how Peter looked at the draft to see the dimensions of the bone grips that he would need and talked with you about where to put the grooves for the little wood part. And so then he said that he had some stuff to do outside of town and he left as well. He's not with you, but in that general area.
Okay. Who did?
Peter.
Oh, Peter did.
Peter.
Would he want to sell his extra set of leather armor? I don't think he'd want to carry it, would he?
He's using
Yeses?
leather for his.
Yeses.
Yeah. I don't think he would have a need for another set, would he?
I would wait until
Well, let
Did you
him
already
pick
sell
on
the
it.
studded armor that you-
we can retroactively have him sell that if we need to.
Yeah, and he hadn't taken his long rest yet, so making sure everybody's taking a long rest.
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Which I'm taking damage, so. No,
Yeah.
I did take damage.
Cute.
And that stinks.
To those of us that are helping craft the pistol need to roll. It's 10 gold worth.
Okay.
So 10 or, 20 would be easier than 25 to.
Yeah, plus the way I just did it, two blocks as a gold, then
Then that works.
20
Okay,
would be
mathematically.
10 gold. So,
So retro, whatever your numbers need to retro.
So I have enough for 10 casts now then.
okay, a block of incense
It's charcoal,
is
but that's easy.
5 silver pieces then,
Do you have any rope? You
and you need,
can always use rope and string.
that's the easiest way to do it. A block of incense is 5 silver, and so you need 10 gold worth, so you need 20 blocks.
Or one electrum. Burn all that electrum first.
Does he have any rope or string? That might be something that would be helpful.
Yeah, and you can buy, you're not actually buying any of this, to be honest. Yeah, you could buy any rope. He does have rope,
Armor.
no armor. He does have some clothes, like cloaks, traveling cloaks, stuff like that. Robes.
Nothing, would anything grant us any benefits?
Other than benefit from weather,
Cloaks.
nothing magical.
It's just
Drugs?
basic.
Just basic stuff.
Do you have any, I mean, my
Drugs, alcohol.
No.
rope's the only other thing I can think of that we might use.
Okay.
Especially.
Do you have any silk rope?
I've got a bunch of silk curtains.
Silk curtains.
He has one roll, one silk rope, so like a 50-foot thing.
50 foot is the average.
Yeah.
It's worth 10 gold.
Sweet.
What are you at?
Hemp and rope is the same stats as silk, but it's worth, it's only 1 gold instead of 10.
But it is like a tenth of the weight.
Is it?
In the player's handbook,
Crazy
it
light.
weighs
Oh, okay.
like very little.
Okay.
It's worth like 10 times as much, but it weighs 10 times less.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
Because a hemp.
And you've only got one of these?
10 pounds.
I'd really love some more of these. You only got one of these?
What is it?
That's the trick.
Silk rope,
No, silk rope says 5 pounds in D&D Beyond, so it's only half the weight.
Half of it,
still,
but still.
lighten up.
Okay. Well, if we're just throwing it in a wagon or a bag of holding.
Do you have a really fancy saddle?
You have mini saddles.
We got no horses.
This just has one.
I need a beautiful saddle.
He has like just your standard riding saddle. That's on it.
He's looking for an exotic saddle. That's what you're looking for.
What do you use?
Bedazzle it.
He could be dazzled.
For my favorite centaur.
Oh,
You're not gonna really use it.
I
He could
have
use it when he sits on it.
a fancy saddle.
It's okay, but I'm still,
How much more money are you looking for?
55.
55.
5 gold.
Pick up another 5 of regular rope, make it an even 50, and then look for
Oh, that's
something.
right, because you're trying to get 200 now. I was thinking 100,
Last horse.
so 55.
Pick up another, 250 feet of rope, just regular rope.
We got enough feed for the horses.
Mm-hmm.
I've been giving them good berries. We haven't been spending any money on food.
Do you have any, like bones? Meat bones?
Oh, yeah, for like,
For your dog.
For the dog, yeah.
let's see.
You got weapons?
He has
They don't have
shovels, stuff like that.
Files. We have files.
Yes.
Smith's tools, jeweler's tools.
Stuff like that.
Might stock up on files.
Yeah.
Give me 50.
How many files you got?
files.
Okay, yeah. He comes back with like this huge wooden crate full of files.
Great files.
So-
Sweet.
Just put that right here,
So-
so back.
You could probably, yeah, with that crate, you could probably replace every file in the, silver grinder, 4, maybe 5 times.
So inconsequential now. Sweet. Okay.
Is that 50 gold worth?
55 gold. That,
55.
you said, yeah, whatever you have left.
Okay, that'll work.
50.
We can call it there.
Future,
I like it.
every time we replace the files, I'm keeping the old ones as well.
Oh, yeah.
Because the blacksmith can refile them.
Great.
And or.
Both of them can't take files.
Yes.
They have.
We're
they both have
proficient with Smiths.
proficient Smiths. They can refile, they'll just be smaller. Until they're nothing.
Or you could take 2 and like mend it into one good one again, put it back in. All the parts are here for 2.
Mending, it has to be the actual.
I know, I'm
You
brilliant.
take them and you put them behind your head and then you go, just one.
Have to trick the magic round, just break both of them in half.
Big pieces.
Okay, yeah, okay. So you spend about an hour doing that. It's about 10 o'clock now.
Okay.
So y'all woke up, I spent an hour working on,
I
like,
think it was only 30 minutes to go through this stuff
get this up there.
and then
Talking,
split up.
Splitting up the gold. You'll spend an hour in the morning.
What are we doing with the actual chests?
We just
Load them in the cart,
Go in the car.
or put them in
He
the bag.
put them in his,
Yeah,
with
they're
the
still
extra
in the
money
bag.
in his.
Okay. Throne's not in the bag, Throne's on the cart.
Oh, thrones on the car. Oh, do we sell those hubcaps? We still have.
Y'all still have caps.
Burgomaster, man.
Well,
No one
I
else
thought they
can
were coated in gold. They're solid gold.
They're
so
solid
not
gold.
gonna really do
What are they worth?
make armors.
125 a piece? 175?
125 a piece.
So the problem's gonna be trying to find someone to buy.
500 gold a piece.
Pieces here.
And
Find somebody who has that and also. Okay, so y'all spent 2 hours selling stuff.
We're gonna have to do that.
And we're gonna move on. Y'all are working on a pistol, so
Working on a smoke stick.
Oh.
you're working on a smoke stick.
Does he have? I just have to make something. Do you have any books? To do this place, no?
Not really. Not their kind of thing.
Leather straps.
Yeah, all leather straps.
I'll take just a couple leather straps.
How much older do you want to spend?
How much are they? I mean,
Uh,
I want to make it basically a holster that would go over my shoulders.
like a holster for yourself, a harness,
Not quite a harness.
or
Something so you can like sling your crossbow over your back? Is that what you're talking about?
Not quite. I need to make sure I keep a certain book safe here pretty soon. I want to make somewhere I can strap it to myself so I always have it.
oh,
He's making a holster
Caleb.
for his books.
Book holster. Yeah.
Should have just said book holster. I would know exactly.
Oh, okay, okay.
Okay, so you can buy all the straps that you need for that.
I'll have Peter help me.
Yeah, because you're just buying the straps and just like the strap leather for it.
Y'all probably have enough
Maybe
scrap
gold,
leather.
2 gold for. Still, it'll be a lot of gold's worth.
Gold.
Yeah, 1 gold.
I'll do that.
Right.
All right.
Okay, so y'all are gonna go and work on building a pistol.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
You're ready to roll dice.
Sorry.
So y'all are getting ready to craft y'all's or
I guess first
Genesis pistol.
we need to smith out, I guess, the body of it. Or the main part. They're doing the handles. We need to smith the main part and then we need to tinker the trigger part.
Yeah. Smithing the cylinder and the barrel
So,
and the handle,
the way this works,
body of it.
to create a weapon, to create this pistol, it's going to take, wrong page, back over here. Maybe, if I look at our thing, there it is. So to create the pistol, it's gonna take 125 gold's worth of materials, which he will have to pay because he does not have all the materials he needs, but he can buy it from the blacksmith. As well as 25 days worth of work.
25 days.
25 days worth of work.
Okay.
So with 5 people working on it,
It takes-
first off, y'all can't like all be working on the same thing because Matic is working on just the wooden part of the handle for a day.
And Peter's doing the bone
Peter's doing a bone part of the handle.
We're doing both.
So they're gonna do a split. So it's gonna be so it's gonna have a bone handle with like a little wooden groove that goes on the inside of it.
Almost slipped.
So
She's doing a,
she is working on gems to put into the handles, right?
effectively a bezel set. You put a piece of metal or a metal tube. You drill a hole out and put metal in, then you put the gem in the metal and use the metal to bezel. And it's set, it's completely encompassed in metal.
Yeah.
So very little, not little of the gem, but every edge is held.
All right. Okay, so basically that means that if 5 people are working on it, then 5 days of that 25 will be taken off if you'll work for a full day.
Okay.
So that's 8 hours. So you can work with them, or you can just knowing what
You got a pretty good draft.
yeah, he had a very good draft. He rolled really high.
Yeah, I just,
He needed 15 and he rolled a 19. So he's definitely it has a good draft. So you could just look at that and then roll.
it'd be a survival.
Yeah, be a survival plus proficiency because you're proficient. Yeah, you're,
Remind me what that would do. Plus one?
so
Went up to
plus-
3 now.
plus 3.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't understand how proficiency works.
Proficiency.
Okay, if you're proficient in survival,
Okay,
Major
yeah.
proficiency.
is he already proficient in survival?
Yes.
Okay, so it's already added. So just whatever it says you add to your survival.
While I'm waiting for the
Um,
handle to be ready for the gym, could I assist anybody else doing what they're doing?
You can get that stuff
Very
right.
good advantage.
Well, I mean,
Those
you
are really nice
would
for
be assisting him right now because you don't have a handle to put a set of gem into.
Yeah, that's what it is.
So they have to finish that, at least one half of that, one handle half before you can even start on yours.
Yeah.
So, yes, you're being assisted.
She's assistant.
So you get
Sure.
an advantage.
You get advantage, yes. Did you roll 2 2s?
He rolled a
5
and a
and a 2.
So what was your first one?
7.
7.
It's bad.
Yeah, you work
You
for
should've used
4
my
hours. It does not look right, but you spend a good 4 or 5 hours trying to get it working and it's just not working. You're not using like crazy expensive, hard to find wood. You're just using the oak that y'all found.
Mhm.
That
So it's
would've
not
been
like wasting a lot of money for it, but it does waste most of your day.
Yep, I didn't get it.
If someone will roll a survival for pizza
Not me. I'm
Oh,
not doing it.
I can.
and
What's the
He
survival?
does not get advantage because he is out in the woods doing this.
Did you roll it? What's a Peter
I didn't
survival?
roll.
Yeah,
What did you say? Ian, you doing?
I already.
I can pull it back up.
What's it? What, 16 plus?
16
What's
plus
the
whatever
modifier?
he did. I think his is pretty good too.
I think it is too.
It doesn't matter what it is, it's good. So he spends, he starts working on that, he's doing pretty good. You're working on the trigger mechanism while, or you and him doing the smithing part.
Whichever.
Okay.
I guess we need to,
all roll
we
with it.
probably need to do that first so I know the size of the area that I have to put the trigger mechanism in.
The survival's +8.
+8, so I thought.
So
+8 for.
I guess we'll smith it first because then.
I'm just gonna go ahead and say the wood split and I'll have to start over.
You'll have to start with.
So do we each roll or does one roll with advantage or one?
Well, either each of y'all roll or one with advantage, it doesn't matter.
What do you want to do?
What are we doing?
Just smith out the body.
I'll do good advantage.
And add would be athletics or straight, just strength.
Plus his proficiency with the
Plus
tools.
proficiency.
It's 23.
23? Yeah. Okay. So you start working on that. You're getting a good amount of it working. And then yes, this will roll. I'll roll. Awesome. He's working on the trigger mechanism. He has his sketch pretty good. So he's working on that pretty good. Okay. So y'all are working. You are out in the woods. Y'all.
I only have probably 6 or 7 hours to spend on this before I have to go do a show. What is
I'll
it,
finish
10 a.m.?
Oh, yeah, we're both doing the show.
So maybe 7 p.m. is probably when I got a show.
All right.
If we get back at
Okay.
11.
So y'all are working on this. We'll keep going. So y'all are working. Y'all work.
Do I get a full 8 hours into it?
No, you'll get about 4 hours into it right now. I mean, y'all are in a blacksmith shop. It's relatively. Matic, are you at the blacksmith still, or are you?
Yep.
Okay. So
Still trying to.
everyone except for Mortimer and Peter are at the blacksmith. And as y'all are working, I mean, it's kind of open air. A guard comes up to the blacksmith and says, everyone, it is time for the festival. You must all go to the town square.
Oh, did we see that when we're going to the place? Did we see the flyers for that?
Roll of perception.
Shucks, I missed.
Yeah, I saw that.
I didn't.
It's not terrible.
I'm going to,
22.
13.
in the blacksmith shop, is there an area that I could walk into, like a shop, like an office? So where I can be out of the view of this man?
Okay, you saw the flyers. Your total was what? What did you say? 13. You saw the flyers. Didn't really think much of it.
That would be 26.
26. You
No,
saw the
25.
flyers. Awesome. Most of y'all knew that this was coming. With what y'all saw. Roll a perception check to see if you see him coming before he comes up and starts talking. Zarin. No, just Zarin, because he was the one that asked for it.
9 minus 1, 8.
So 8, nope. You are working pretty hard on that smithing. Did not see him coming. So
He's standing upside you.
he's standing right there. So it's like a shed that's pretty open. There's a forge. You can see through everything. I mean, you can go into the guy's house, but you are right in the middle. He's come up to it'll be very obvious that you were trying to not do what he's telling you need to do.
I got a 24
I'm going to persuade
in
him
case I saw him.
that
No, it was, yeah.
the burgomaster gave us special permission to not do this.
Roll a persuasion check.
Not bad. 1. 21.
21. He looks at you and
I
says,
hand him the letter as well that's written in Elvish. I doubt he reads Elvish.
he looks at it, hands it back and says, that may be so, but the burgomaster has changed his mind. All in the city will go to this festival. You must go now.
All right, lead the way.
Yeah, he starts going. He's not the only guard there. There's more guards with him. And so y'all start heading to the
Punch trainer.
town square. Okay. Did y'all walk over there or did y'all take?
I start messaging
They walk.
people, let them get in front of us, let them get out in front of us.
I'm sure
Let them
we
get
walked, but I still haven't done.
Yeah.
I took
Yeah. You normally take
I
it out.
thought it
So they left the wagon, though, at the.
Yeah, we
Keep
left
up
that
there
on
on
the
the
state.
dog.
So, okay.
Are you writing on me? Probably would be.
I message everybody, let them get in front of us. So I want to drop back 5 paces.
So as y'all start to slow down, the ones in the back slow down with y'all and do not get running. And as y'all get to where you're pretty much not really walking, you're just kind of jamming around. Let's see, who is it gonna be?
I'll be in the front. I'll be telling people.
Matic, one of the guards with his pike walks up behind you and kind of taps you in the back with just the butt of his pike and says, "Keep walking."
Touch me again, we'll have a problem.
Intimidation check.
Oh, wow.
You're good at that, right? Vic?
Normally. Not with that.
The
Boy stories.
Okay, go ahead and keep walking. You pick up your mace and you are now
I
walking.
guess so.
Okay.
I rolled
So
a-
y'all.
How many guards are there?
Huh?
How many guards are there?
There's a total of 5. But
Accidentally.
there are other people they're telling not just y'all, they're telling anybody they see, they'll go. The people behind y'all, there's 1 in front, 1 kind of mixing in, and then 3 kind of behind, making sure they stay behind everybody. So they are herding the entire city. And as y'all
What is their body language like? Are they nervous or are they,
do an insight check for me.
this seems weird. Insight 16.
16. Most of them don't seem nervous or anything. One of them does kind of have kind of like a jittery kind of look around, looking in back alleys, and kind of looks like he's not really trying to hide anything, but he's kind of worried that something's going to happen. Like that, so they're going to get attacked, or
Is it
Like this-
foggier than normal?
it's overcast, pretty dark. The fog isn't any worse than normal. It's about the same. You can only see maybe 5-10 houses down at most. The others don't seem nervous or anything, and it looks more like he's just not sure if this guy's. He looks like he might be a new guard. Not really sure what's going on. Not very confident in how to handle himself, maybe, if that makes sense.
Okay.
It doesn't seem like he is necessarily trying to hide something from you or anything like that. He's just a little bit more jittery than others. Maybe newer, kind of thing. A little bit more green.
Let's continue there.
Um,
I said that.
But as y'all travel, you notice that quite a few of the side streets have been blocked off. And as y'all go past like different streets, guards block off. Once everyone's out, they block the street off. Not like to prevent people from passing, but just to say, no, we all have to be there. This is kind of mandatory. Y'all weren't in the city the last time there was a festival, but y'all did have noticed that there are barricades that look like they can be pulled out in certain places. And the other citizens, the other townsfolk, they don't seem to, it seems kind of part of the norm that they're herded to the town square and that streets are blocked off. They're not really afraid about it.
The flyers and stuff, like before it was like the Sun Festival and stuff, what was this one?
The great.
So the one before was the Festival of the Blazing Sun. And before that, y'all remember when y'all first got to town, there was files that was for the Wolfheads Jamboree. They all had similar messages.
What was the name of this one?
So they all had similar messages on the flyers. The Wolfhead Jamboree said, "Come one, come all to the greatest celebration of the year, the Wolfhead Jamboree." And then said, "Attendants and children required, pikes will be provided, all will be well, the Baron." The Sun Festival, or the Festival of the Blazing Sun, said the same thing. Attendants and children required, rain or shine, all will be well, the Baron. This one said, notes. This one said, come on, it's the greatest celebration of the year, the Grapes of Life Jamboree. Attendance and children required. Come drink and be merry, all will be well.
Bring your kids to get drunk. Cool.
Sounds like a terrible plan.
Terrible plan, right? But y'all do know that, y'all have heard, especially when y'all were at the winery, they talked about that wine is very ingrained in the valley. So all the people in this land, it kind of helps them remember it. That's what they
Did it take the?
I haven't got there yet. Let me type it in.
So, make sense?
Yep.
Okay. So y'all get to. You make your way. You get to the town square. So you get to the town square. Y'all haven't really been here much. You'll kind of walk through past it a couple of times. There are a few smaller shops in this town square. Most of them are like maybe some clothing shops, but not really. They're not well off. It's very all drab colors. Just kind of things, just the everyday life of a village would need. Not really much that y'all would be used for, so y'all haven't really done much in searching or asking about. So the shops and the homes that enclose this town square are decorated with limp, tattered garlands and painted wooden boxes. Some of them are filled with tiny dead flowers, others with newer, fresh flowers. At the north end of the square stands a row of stocks, locked in which are several men, women, and children. You all have heard in the past that the burgomaster does not like it when people talk bad about his celebrations, and that he tends to lock them in stocks to rid them of their malcontent. And so this is what those are. These people in the stocks also have very crude plaster donkey heads over their head, masks.
Super cool.
Yeah, super cool, right? The center of the square presents peasants in clockwork in patchwork clothes, kind of eye you suspiciously. They're still not used to you, as they use cups and vases to draw water out of a crumbling stone fountain that's in the center. Standing in the center of the fountain, there's a tall statue, gray stone, an impressive man facing west. And all around the square, you see the proclamations of the Grapes of Life Jamboree.
Did you say impressive or oppressive?
About the impressive. Statue, impressive. You also see, as you get into the square, you see in the center square, a little bit next to the fountain, there's a large, there's a table with a whole bunch of small wooden casks underneath it. All appear to be empty. Above the table, there is a pulley system holding 3 large casks that resemble clusters of grapes. It looks to be that they were constructed especially to look like clusters of grapes, specifically for this occasion, look like wine casks. They're just hovering above them. They all have a pulley system so that a pull of one lever might move them. You're not really sure what to do. Okay. Over there, there's a big crowd. Okay. Make sure I have my bearings.
Shucks, I missed it.
Shucks, you missed it. I know.
I'm hanging out with his owl.
Yep. Which, by the way, is 5,000 feet away from you.
Yeah, I figured.
Which means you cannot communicate with it.
I can dance him back though.
You can ban him back.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. But you can't see through his eyes or
No, I know
communicate
that.
with it. Or tell him to tell him, right? Just sad.
I thought about banting back and sending him out, but for now.
So as everyone gets settled, you see the majority of the people are there. There's women, children, men. Most of them look somewhat depressed. They have sad looks on their faces. And as it gets started, a couple musicians start playing some music that's you kind of get the impression that it's supposed to be kind of joyful, let's celebrate kind of music. They're not very good at it, and it kind of comes off a little bit more mournful. Their faces aren't very happy about it either. And as the music starts, you see a progression of people dressed in mourning clothes, as if they're going to mourn, and they're carrying a small plank of wood, and on the wood is the burgomaster dressed in his finest clothes with his arms crossed. Everyone roll a perception check.
By the way, as we're kind of going up to the group, I like to work my way, I mean, still in the group, not trying to go just to the edge.
Okay, so you're kind of on the
Back
back.
side.
Yes, this doesn't see anything.
15.
15.
Nice.
I'm standing on her.
That's fine.
Ten.
10. I'm standing on the sitar.
And I still have better perception,
Okay.
which
Well,
is
10.
25.
25.
I'm really
Okay.
short.
I like it.
15.
Both of y'all see the burgomaster is breathing. It looks like he's pretending to be dead for part of the show, but y'all do see that he is breathing. And you see his eyes open every once in a while. He kind of looks out. That's it. You see, you said 25. That's what I thought.
He's breathing.
You see,
He's not really dead.
you see quite a few things, just so you know. Amongst the crowd, most of the crowd are wearing peasants' clothes. They're wearing grays, browns, very drab, moth-eaten, very faded clothes. They have kind of sour expressions. Most of them, there's a few that have like riding cloaks or cloaks to help prevent away from the rain. But you do notice that there are scattered throughout the crowd. You see quite a few cloaked figures all wearing the same style of cloak, which is kind of, you kind of catch you kind of, that's weird. That's strange for this area, that there's 4, 6, 8 people, 9 that have matching cloaks, and they all have their hoods up. There are other people who have their hoods up against the cold, the weather. It is somewhat foggy. It drizzles a little bit. I mean, it always does. But most of them have their hoods down. But you do see that these, all that have the same cloak or the same style of cloak, dark black almost. Their hoods are up. You can't really see their faces. And they're spread out pretty evenly amongst the crowd.
I'm sticking to the side with Roman, by the way.
Okay.
I want to relay that quietly to Zarin.
Well, to Zarin, you could relay that.
He's
You also
Or I could just do this.
Yeah, signal me for a message.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I just go.
That's fun.
You also see that one of these cloaked figures is quite a bit larger than the others. And you see this figure seems to be trying to keep his right arm under his cloak where it cannot be seen.
I think is here.
I message her. And
Yeah.
said, "What's up, buddy?"
I think is here, but there's these weird people with their coats. I was drawn about them.
Did you bring all
Spreading
the marbles?
Crowd, I don't
And it's up
like
to
it.
represent all the people, just random people.
Also, the burgomaster's cut down. He's really bad.
Okay.
Got a bad feeling about you.
Yeah, no, I see that. He's I'm still breathing.
Okay. From here, kind of curve around. Can you take this line, just kind of a shallow curve up to the end of that binder? The black binder, right? Yeah, right about there. Awesome. Now, let's see. This is the road.
I don't know who they're here for, but.
Oh, hit me with that vodka one more time.
I'm gonna go ahead, just kind of once we get over to the side,
Feel how hot this is.
and scribble a quick note that just, to Mortimer, that just says,
This is storming.
Girls on that. You
Yeah.
want me to go get some?
it says the festival's starting. Keep, let's see, 5,000 feet away?
5,000.
Take a little walk first, gets me.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
To get to where you
how
kind of,
far would sound travel is my question. Like, say Yes has fired a shot, would he do that from that far away?
Yeah, did Yesus notice any of this stuff?
Yesus did not. He was with y'all, but he did not.
Okay.
So you were the only one that noticed that the burgomaster was breathing, y'all too, but she was the only one that noticed all the other people and what she assumes is it.
Would he be able to hear something 5,000 feet away? Like if a gunshot from that far?
That's just under a mile.
Yeah, maybe. Probably not.
Maybe if he's
And
like
can you take that up to
really
that corner?
quiet.
Even like his thunder boom thing, it doesn't go that far.
Okay. Nope, only 300. Yeah, you want to be able to.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and jot down a note that says the festival's starting.
Okay.
Which I don't know if this is gonna make it in time or not, but I'll say the festival's starting. If the owl bamfs away again, something's up. And then
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and bamf the owl, not to me, but like flying. I'm just gonna hold it up so he can just grab it on the go and take it back to him.
Okay.
So I'll put that down and hold it up and he'll just poof and take off back towards him. I don't know how long it'll take, but that way if he sees that the owl bamfs away, something.
Did I notice the
Can I
outline?
also ask
Roll a perception.
Zaren to tell everybody else silently?
You sure can.
Yes. I noticed. 19.
Stay on your toes.
These just represent houses and shops. They're not exact, so if you want to go into the house, I will not have stuff to do it. Will you put 3 little squares around that edge? Sorry. Okay, 3 squares somewhat about this size.
Three bricks on this side.
There you go. Thank you, sir. Sure.
What about on that side?
And yeah, I'll put some over there. I need that real quick. And there's that core.
Nothing's happened, I assume. Nothing's come up where I am.
No.
Okay.
But it is well, I mean, it's only about 4:30 about at this time.
Oh, so it's still pretty
Yeah, it's
early in the
still
day.
early in the day. This is the fountain.
I make a note of it.
There's the fountain with the statue in the center.
I'm quite a bit shorter than, even on him, than everybody else.
It's facing west.
My perception's a 22.
So that's
It should.
here,
It doesn't fit.
table.
Who else not
And-
with us? Mortimer and
Peter.
Nothing.
It
Okay.
doesn't quite click. It just fits.
Well, the other one just fits about the same.
That one just doesn't ring.
I'm with the gnome, 7'7" and 3'2" or whatever.
We make it a team.
Those are houses?
Yeah, houses, shops,
Gotcha.
help buildings,
I gotcha.
stuff like that.
There's one of them.
Okay, so that is awesome. I love that. Thank you. Let's throw these out here. Doesn't really matter, to be honest. That's probably not enough. There's a lot more people than that. If y'all want to arrange yourself, y'all came from the north, that north road up there.
From here,
Yep, that's the direction y'all came from.
so we're somewhere on the edge over here.
If y'all want to arrange yourself.
Yeah.
I didn't think you'd have enough, so I brought some. Cool. Throw some of these up there.
Oops, you're using this one, Josh?
Yeah, I'm not there.
You're not there. Good point. Zaren and Quillia, we came in from this side. Where you want to be?
I got it. Zaren button.
That's a awful representation. of us, right?
Not gonna
I
work.
thought it was a flamingo. So you guys went off to the side with us?
Peter's not there. Just to give y'all a reference.
Yeah.
I'm going to pop disguise and I'm just going to be a guard. Disguise.
Sitting on a centaur.
Honestly.
Oh, can I change? Can I disguise myself too? And
Y'all are already there, so
horse head coming out of my stomach?
a horse head coming out of your stomach.
3 halflings in a trench coat.
we're just gonna use that because y'all assume he is him. Whether he is or not, y'all have to find out. Just because the other,
Sounds to me like he might not be.
he might not be. It's gonna be great, right? It's gonna be really great if y'all just decide to just like, we're just gonna go kill that guy, and they're like, dang it, there goes our friend.
I don't have any friends.
That is true, you don't.
I don't know this guy. I wasn't even there for that.
I don't know. I think the people that gave you plate mail, you might consider friends.
Oh, yeah, you guys. I'm talking about like all the people in this party, like this festival.
Those are all the ones with matching cloaks.
Yeah, those are the ones with matching cloaks, just so y'all can see the difference.
But, okay, so Quillia told Zarin to message that to all of us, so we all now know.
Yeah, by this time y'all would all know.
Okay.
Still need more. Need more guards. Okay, we're gonna have, these are guards. I'm also gonna use the green zombies as guards just because I need more guards.
You want a nun guard?
Yeah, sure.
Let's check that one.
Cat guard. That is a winged cat? Yeah, I forgot to call him. These into poison stuff, I saw.
Do the guards seem to know about the people in cloaks?
That's yours?
Oh, sweet.
Like Romans?
That's 12.
An option for
I
guy.
do that. Does the guard seem to see them? Do an insight check to see if they've noticed
Or if they care.
or if they care.
Noticed about what?
The other.
The other guys in cloaks.
Oh.
I lean toward Quillia since we're at about the same height. And,
How tall are you?
7'7".
A little taller than you.
Yeah, we're right.
Y'all are
about
right at the same height.
Insight, you said?
Yeah, insight.
I was 17.
I asked,
17?
I want to ask Quillia, whose side are we on here? If something goes down.
Ours.
I don't know. I like that answer.
Okay, fair enough.
That's an excellent answer. Okay.
Fair enough.
Oh, my
That sounds like we're playing defense, not offense.
Well, and if I hear that,
You're standing on her, so yeah.
hopefully,
One would hope.
might not. Still,
Mine.
You're at the same
I
level.
am me.
Let's see.
I'll message you to our right, only 2 guards on this road that we came in on. If for some reason.
So there are more guards back farther that y'all passed that are behind them. These are just the ones that are right here technically in the square,
And the
Yeah.
map.
in the map.
If we need an escape, if we need an exit, we're going that direction.
However, as you're saying this, the guard that's right there next to y'all says, the burgomaster wants y'all to get as close as possible for this way, as y'all have not seen the greatness of his festivals before. And with your insight that you said earlier, you, as far as you can tell, I mean, 17 is pretty good. He generally thinks that or he generally believes, yeah, y'all are new, y'all have to be there, so let's go. And so this is the guard that was leading y'all, the one that.
No, I mean, like, do the guards notice that these guys,
They did not notice them.
they just,
Or it doesn't look like
they don't
they've,
know that
yeah,
they're
it doesn't
different
look
at all?
like they've noticed them or even seem to care that they're there. But the guard is urging y'all to get closer up front.
I might
There is a
accidentally.
spot
All the way up front?
all the way up front. So there is a spot that you can see that has little, no, that's not the right mark.
Are the blockades, the circles there, the overlapping circles? Is that the stockades you were talking about?
Okay, so the stocks are over here. I forgot something. With people, we're gonna throw some, that's right, thank you for, throw these, we need, put those in the stocks. There's actually, I think 7 of them total. No, but there is like a little roped off area
VIP seating.
right here. Or actually, it'll be one farther, it'll be back here.
Did it take it, Ben?
Yeah, but buy a regular menu item price and get one for free, or get one for $1. It turns out the 2 medium pieces would still be $12.
So it's the same.
It's a.
Did his work?
So y'all wanted to be closer to the edge,
But it's
what you
not as
said.
good as the 6.
So this is as far as they will allow y'all to get back. They will allow other people to get up closer
Meander through.
if
They won't let us stay close to the back door.
nope. And so
As we pass.
and it looks like they're not letting anybody stay.
They've told us about the people in the ropes by this point now, right? Quilly has.
Yes.
Messages.
Yeah, you've been messaged. You'll have been messaged.
And
So it is pretty much a crowd, and we will actually put a couple random people up here with y'all, but this is where they want y'all, in that area.
I am watching the dude behind us.
Okay?
This one or this one?
The one behind me.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are these guys up here on that thing?
Those are the people in the socks.
In fact,
in the
as we're
socks,
moving up,
Those are the grumblers.
They're
as
wearing
we're
donkey
moving up,
masks.
I wanna, as we're past that guy, I wanna say, hey, nice robe, kind of loud to kind of draw attention to the guards.
Alright. Do a. Oh no,
Not really.
Okay. I don't know what you'd have to do.
It just helps roll key in the guards.
Performance check to try to key in the guards.
Performance?
Yeah, to so that you're trying to key them in, but not let out.
Stage whisper.
That's, let's see, performance, solid 7 minus 1.
You
So
can-
6.
In the wind.
Great. That is awesome. The guy looks up at you, like, thanks, and then kind of goes back, just kind of staring while just watching the thing. Pulls his cloak a little tighter. The guards do kind of look at him. The one directly behind y'all that moved the other way, he kind of looks and kind of moves his eyebrow a little bit, and, looks around.
I didn't know you were a fashionista.
Let's see.
I'm gonna point my finger back there.
There are a total of,
The guards, the one that's not inspecting this,
yes.
and I'm just gonna whisper to him, that robe sure looks suspicious.
Creep.
Just kind of implant the thought.
Okay, awesome. He doesn't say anything, he's gonna, you don't get anything back. So you asked about the criminals in the stocks. There are 3 men that you can assume are men. There are 3 that look, their build looks like they're men. 2 that look to be women, and 2 that look to be young children. Based on their clothes, you'd probably assume that they're boys. You can't tell for sure because they do have plaster donkey head masks on.
Oh, no. That's neat.
Okay. All right. So as everything
Ready for
else, so the burgomaster is carried in on this. I don't have anyone for him, I don't think. Sure. The burgomaster's carried in on a table or on a board and placed on this table. The rest of the people that are pretending to be mourners kind of mourn a little bit and kind of back up into the crowd. Y'all do see
What's the one in the middle?
Statue.
that's the statue. Okay. Y'all need something different so y'all don't get confused. I can put the
Yeah. Make me not think of the person.
there. It's a gorilla. It's a statue.
I'm gonna message the burgomaster and say, hey man, you're doing a good job acting, keep up.
Anyways, you do see, you do see his the baroness, the burgomaster's wife, coming over, and she starts kind of gives this flowery speech of life and death, and then she starts to talk about how the life of this land is given through the wine that we drink. And she reaches up and she grabs the rope next to the barrels and she pulls in all 3 of the casks. They're full of wine. Pour forward, and all of this wine pours over the burgomaster. And he's laying there, he's dead. He pours over, his mouth's open. And as soon as he does, he goes to jump up as if he's been resurrected. But right at that moment, a body falls out of the cask and lands on top of him. And the crowd, the entire city that is there, goes quiet. And then you hear an outburst of laughter from behind y'all. Looks like one of the guards found it quite humorous. The burgomaster gets up, looks at the body, looks at the wine, looks at the gasps on the people's faces of what has happened and of the laughter. And he looks over at the man and he starts yelling at this guard of how that he is trying to cause dissension and division in this land. And he was working for Strahd and he needs to repent of his ways. So the burgomaster gets up and he pushes his way through the crowd and grabs one of the guards and pulls them back to.
Is it a real body? Is it-
Yeah, did we recognize the body that fell in?
Make a perception check.
That would be 17. That's not very.
9,
16.
You wouldn't recognize him at all.
German for no. I did not.
You do
17?
not. 17 and 16. You do not recognize the body. I just realized that y'all had not ever seen this man. But
I think I might
you
know
do
who it
recognize.
is.
You do recognize that his skin is sunken in. He looks like he's been dead for a very long time, but it doesn't look quite right. The gasps in the crowd, and you hear words and names. A name mentioned. You hear a name, Henrik von der Brut.
I've heard that name before.
You'll have heard the name, the coffin maker.
That's what I thought.
You'll hear whispers in the crowd that he's been missing for almost a week. And here he is.
It's been
dead.
that long.
Y'all have actually been out of Valaki for 7 days.
The winery.
We were at the
Okay.
winery for a while.
I went to the
Okay.
winery for a while.
Forgot.
Full day and
And
then.
so this is the 7th day from when y'all left.
Gotcha.
And so, which was like 2 days after y'all.
I'm with you.
Yeah, been almost a week.
I
He's been missing for almost a week. Y'all hear that no one knew where he was, but y'all hear words like people describing what he looks like. It's grotesque. His face is sunken. It's like he's been drained of blood, and you hear some panic-stricken voices go through the crowd. And as the burgomaster pulls this guard back into the midst of the crowd, he grabs him and just punches him and throws him to the ground and yells at him, and standing over him, puts his foot on his back and says, "This kind of outburst will not be tolerated here. These are celebrations. These are not times for ridicule. This man is working for Strahd, of course." And as he says this, and as the people are starting to get panic-stricken, you hear from across the way, you hear a voice shout out from the crowd, "But he was killed by a vampire. You said we would be safe," from the other side. You hear another voice yell, You made us give you our wine for this, and now you've destroyed it. It's been tainted with this dead body." And you hear all these voices and all these things go up. I need everyone to roll another perception check to see if they can see where these voices are coming from. No.
16.
16, okay.
17.
Okay. Oh, I keep needing to do one for
6.
16 as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so y'all three, y'all look and y'all see that the majority of these cries are coming from the hooded figures. And as y'all watch, it's almost as if they're feeding off of each other, but somewhat rehearsed in what they're saying. But before long, other people in the crowd start saying the cries too. And the entire crowd starts to get angry and yell. The burgomaster starts to get worried. His wife starts to shrink back up towards the fountain behind him. The burgomaster looks around to his guards. And he motions for them to come, help me. And a couple of them take a step forward. Can you move that one forward and then that one closer to you? As if to help, but soon stop. And then they stop and wait, as if they don't know what's quite going to happen. And everything is starting to spin out of control. And you can see the fear in the burgomaster's face. And I need everyone to roll initiative.
Thanks for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe.